Okay, episode 5. What up? First of all, I want to explain something I said in a previous podcast. I said if I do 20 podcast episodes, that will put me in the top 1% of podcasters of all time. And I forgot that I hadn't explained that already. So this is actually something I heard Chris Williamson and Alex Hormozi talking about on a podcast. And basically they were saying that all it takes really to succeed in this world is hard work, because a lot of people just give up so easily or don't even try. So the odds of actually achieving are actually higher than ever. And they said that most people who start a podcast, they give up after 19 episodes. So if you post 20 episodes, you're in the top 1% of creators, of podcasters of all time. And so that's my goal, just to post 20. And then I can always claim I'm in the top 1%. But it's a good way to look at things, because then you think like, it's not about it being perfect. It's about just showing up and consistency. And I think there's something to that. So today I am going to talk about morning blues. I had someone about a year ago, I posted a poll on my Instagram and it just question box and said, is there anything anyone would like me to write about? And someone wrote morning blues. And I've been contemplating that since, and I actually ran into this person recently. And so that was like a good reminder to actually talk about it as a podcast. I'm realizing that there are some things that some articles and things I've been writing, like I've just had in my tabs for years literally, and because I just can't seem to get them right, I can't seem to word them right. I don't know what they're meant to be. Are they meant to be newsletters? Are they meant to be blog articles? Am I meant to send them to someone else? And then I realized like, oh no, they're meant to be podcasts. Like now I've started podcasting, I'm like, oh, this is like the channel through which they're meant to fruit. And that's really exciting. So today I want to talk about morning blues. So for me, I'm just going to be completely honest. Pretty much every day that I wake up, I feel defeated. That's one of the things that I struggle with the most, is defeat. And so I have like quite the morning routine to help me pull myself out of that. I think the reason why I wake up not feeling great is because I have bad dreams, like a lot. I know like in their nature, dreams are supposed to be negative because it's supposed to prepare us for the outside world. Like if you're getting chased by like a leopard or something, it's because in real life, in the old days, there's a possibility that you could get chased by a leopard. So it's good to prepare for it mentally in your dreams. I also have, I think I have bad dreams from some trauma as well. My psych told me that she thinks I had the symptoms of PTSD, but that she's hesitant to diagnose me with it. And I agree with that. I think that, I know people who really do struggle with like PTSD flashbacks, and I do think that diagnosis should be reserved for the people who really struggle. Like I never wake up in the night with night terrors or anything. It's more just this bad feeling for me that like people are chasing me, or the police are chasing me, or like the whole world has just mistaken me for a really bad person or something, and they're all chasing me. And so yeah, I usually wake up in a negative state. So the first thing that I'll do is like as soon as I start awakening, that's the wrong word. As soon as I wake up, I'll start like my gratitude practice. I just try to list 5 to 10 things that I'm grateful for. And if I don't have any motivation, I just have a list that I go to. So the first thing is usually my cat, because my cat's usually sleepy. My cat cuddles with me a lot, and I really am grateful for that. It's a good day when I wake up and my cat is just like asleep on me. So I say the things I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for this cat. I'm so grateful for the house that I live in. I'm so grateful that I have continuous hot water. I'm so grateful that I have water to drink, just anything that comes to mind. Then after that, I'll start doing my affirmations. So, I am powerful, I'm beautiful, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy. I like doing like I believe affirmations as well. So like I believe that I can be happier today than I was yesterday. I believe that I can be abundant. I believe that my dreams can come true. I believe I can be one of the top podcasters in the world. And then something that I do after this is I journal. So this might come first or second to, I will get outside as well. It's important for me to get outside, just look at the sun, even if it's for 1 second. And this is the other thing, like all of these like things that I do in the morning, sometimes I can really be fucked to do them, and sometimes I can't, and sometimes I don't. I'm not perfect every day, but I think it's really about showing up. So I'll go outside and I'll sit there and I'll try and meditate. And sometimes that meditation will be a really good one and it'll last, minutes. Sometimes it's like I just look at the sun for 10 seconds. I'm like, yeah, I've done my dues. But as long as I show up, then I'm there in case something wants to happen. And I've set a routine. And then I journal. So I try to do all this before I've looked at my phone. I'm not always successful at that, but I journal on my phone. So I try to ignore notifications and Instagram and all that and just go and journal. So journaling is really interesting to me because I have a lot of people write it off as like woo-woo or a spiritual practice. And it's like, no, this is like really basic psychology, like quite accepted in psychology, because journaling is just like a way to tap into the subconscious. So if I wake up and I'm feeling a type of way, I usually will start journaling like this. Woke up feeling not great, little bit anxious. I don't know where this has come from. I did have a dream that might have triggered this feeling. It reminded me of that time when I was 12 and like I remember feeling like this at that time, and it's weird that that's coming up now, and I wonder what that has to do with anything. And just by writing it, it's just so amazing how much clarity I get about my feelings. And I'll realize, oh, it's because maybe when I was 12 and this happened, and I'm seeing someone later this day actually that was there when that happened, and maybe that's like I've got a bit of anxiety around that I didn't realize. And so what all this does is just gives me clarity and information. And so it's almost like free therapy. It's so great. And the interesting thing is that sometimes I'll be doing this and I'll be journaling and these things will come up and I'll be like bawling my eyes out, and it's like a good like cry, like it's like a release. And I'm like, shit, I didn't realize that I was like carrying this. And I honestly think a lot of like the healing journey, which never ends, by the way, I think, is just like letting these things that you've stored your whole life just come up, and then you can deal with it. And then the other thing that comes with that is you can set your intention. And I think this is the most powerful about all of this, setting your intentions. Because when I have these negative thoughts of these things like this, like say if I have this conclusion, I realize, oh, this is what's making me feel anxious today. I can say, okay, I love you, Maddie. My intention is to let this go. My intention is to have a good day. And I think that me journaling and doing all of these things, it's me taking back control of my life and the direction that I'm going. And I think there's really something special to setting your intention. They say that if you're a ship and your ship is off course by just 1 degree, you can end up in a completely different port over miles. Like the distance, the longer you travel, is huge. Like if you were to leave, like the same thing if you were on an aeroplane. Like if you were to leave, I believe it's from LA and you were heading to Rome, and your plane was just 1 degree off course, you would end up in Africa. I've just read that. I haven't fact checked that. But basically, like the principle is true. Like if you make even the smallest change in your life and you set that intention, I think it has like massive effects down the path and over the course of your life. And it's like that quote, those who stand for nothing will fall for anything. And the other quote, if you don't choose your path in life, it will choose you. And I really think there's something to that. There's something to, doing these things every day is me showing up. It's me taking back control over my life. It's me setting the intention. I think there's so much power in that intention. Even if I don't know how to get there, even though I'm just setting the intention, I intend to be one of the top podcasters in the world and I don't know how to get there, at least I'm aiming my life there. And I think there's something to that. And that's the other thing. It's like when I'm like, have like these hard things come up and I'm feeling sad about them, even just setting the intention like I intend to overcome this. I don't know how the hell to do that, but I've set that intention. That's the path I'm going in. And I really think that there's a lot of power to that. I know it seems like a lot. After doing all of this, I usually feel really good. I usually feel really happy. I feel way better. This has a massive impact on my mood. Like I don't go about the day feeling defeated. It just seems to be a period of time in the morning where I feel defeated. And then after that, it seems to improve a lot. And it reminds me of a quote that I read in one of Russell Brand's books, Revelations. And I've had a lot of people actually ask me how I feel about Russell Brand and the recent allegations. And I just want to say on that, for the allegations, I can't say anything. I don't know. But I will say that I believe that Russell Brand is a good man. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
So I've read several of Russell's books and found much guidance through them, but there's one passage in particular that really stuck with me from his book Revelations, which I believe is his best book. And this is the quote. When I do my daily Kundalini exercise, which I often do after I've done some Wim Hof breathing and had a cold plunge and a run and a meditate and a pray, all of which is what my mate Jason points out makes me feel okay, I'm not ecstatic, but normal, able to participate in life. Such is the addict's lot. We have to run a mental marathon every morning just to be able to put the toaster on without thinking about getting into the bath with it. And I really resonate with when he says, every day I have to run a mental marathon just to be okay. You know, even though I'm not an addict, I really resonate. I feel like I have to do so much just to keep my mental health in balance. And the truth is that I'm actually grateful for that, because I feel like this forces me to have really good habits and practices, and I'm sure that they're like spilling out into the rest of my life in other aspects and compounding and have a positive impact. So, well, that's the way that I choose to look at it anyway.
So yeah, that's all I've got for today. I'm going to ask you guys a favour, if you wouldn't mind rating my podcast 5 stars on Spotify or Apple or whatever. It should be pretty easy. If you don't think it's worth 5 stars, if you think it's 4 or below, then just don't vote anything. Don't fuck up my average. Ciao.